for a very reason.
Why are you
Because at least, have you've known him for 3-4... Excuse me, I'm not talking to you.
Listen to this.
You go listen. What's your problem?
Because you're behind me talking.
Oh, I do apologize. Okay, I'm going to just talk this way. So he's not going to... Now, so the reason why I'm asking you is there are many people that have been misled. Do you really think you are one of the guys who is informed in making your choices, or are you misled?
Listen, I know that Christianity is truth. Okay. I don't have to listen to anyone.
Sure, but I wasn't talking about Christianity.
No. Listen, all I'm interested in is that Christianity is the truth, and the Bible came long before the Quran. That's it.
So did the Sumerian tablets. It doesn't make the Sumerian tablets divine, does it?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. If you read the Quran, if you compare the Bible to the Quran, it's very different.
What have you found in terms of the truth values? The Quranic truth.
Listen to me. No.
Yeah. Tell me the differences that you found.
Joseph of the Technicolor coat. He said that Joseph of Technicolor coat said.
Joseph of
Technicolor. You know the Joseph who got sold in slavery in Egypt. You know about him?
Joseph and the brothers and
yes,
okay.
Right.
Okay.
In the Quran, it says that Joseph said, "I used to believe in the God of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but now I believe in Allah." Right.
Where does he say in the Quran? Can you show me? No. I want to see, because first time I'm hearing this. So where does it say such a thing?
There is not. You haven't seen it.
I'm trying to memorize the Quran as much as I can. So it's not that I've read the Quran. Yes. So where does it? You see, you know this polemical things going on. So where does it say in the Quran Joseph is bringing a new religion about God for forgetting and getting away from the religion of his fathers?
It says it there.
Yeah.
It even says that Jesus asked the disciples.
Let's talk about Joseph first, one at a time. Because this is how we will know whether someone is making an informed decision or not. Do you appreciate? Our decision needs to be informed in whatever we believe in.
Listen, I can't listen to him though. So I'm not here to argue.
You can listen to it on the internet later.
No.
Because today it may be an opportunity for you to really open up your minds.
I've opened up my mind already. I've made my decision. Okay. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and life.
So is he misleading you in any way?
No.
Right. So from his track record,
with your word, the guy's a professional, right?
From his track record,
listen, I'm not here to back him up. I'm here to listen.
He was telling me he's a professional.
No, he's expert.
From what he has told you
expert
now,
in what?
Are you doubting he's the expert?
You said expert in Islam. I say, where did you get this from?
Okay,
my friend.
I'm here to.
Did you not say he's an expert in Islam?
He told me that.
He told you.
No,
so he basically told you something which is not true, is it?
To
be an expert in Islam, where did he get his expertise? Which university awarded him to be a scholar in Islam?
Okay, in Australia. He studied in Australia, okay.
Which university? The university that he got his PhD from was someone called a missionary called Founder. A founder.
Brother Mansur.
What?
Brother Mansur.
What are they doing? Behave like children.
You see what I mean? That's why I don't like to argue.
No. This is children behaving, okay? So if he provokes people to behave like children, then he need to stop provoking. The university that awarded him a PhD after all these years is because of his work on a particular missionary called Founder. That doesn't make him a scholar of Islam in any way, shape or form.
Have you heard him? Listen to what he said. He
No, I'm correcting you.
Okay.
So you confront him, please, and ask him, when you did your PhD on a particular missionary called Founder, about his works and his life and his mission, how does that make you a scholar of Islam, which you told me? I would like you to genuinely and bravely ask that question to him afterwards.
Okay.
Can you do that?
You ask him.
No, you ask him. I asked the supervisor.
You are the supervisor?
No, I asked the supervisor. Not him, I asked the supervisor. So you should ask him.
No, but there is not this verse, so move on.
So you said Joseph.
Okay, here.
Joseph.
Let's see if I can find it. Okay, the Bible and the Quran have a little more in common than most people realize. Wait a minute.
So where exactly is Joseph bringing a religion?
No,
a concept of God.
He said that he used to believe in the God of his fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah.
And then he said now he's left that faith Judaism and turn to Islam. That's what the Quran says.
So where does it say that? Let's read it, because this is the first time I'm hearing this from. Did you also hear that from him by any chance? Okay, fine.
I read the Quran myself.
Okay, so let's see.
Sahabi.
I've only heard him a few times, twice. So I'm not an expert.
Be very careful of what you take from people. Any people.
Listen, have you heard what he has to say today?
Listen, this will be in the internet, wouldn't it?
Have you heard what he has to say
Would
today?
that not be in the internet?
No, I don't care, but have you heard what he has to say today?
Look. I have heard him since 1996.
Have you heard him
Listen. So for the last...
Have you heard what he has to say today?
How long is it? Okay, I'll give you an example. From 1996 to today, 2019, if I know what he talks about, where he talks about, where he gets his information from, and how he gets his information wrong and incorrect, and you're telling me suddenly today is a changed man, possible. I will look up later in a YouTube channel perhaps. Right. So, Joseph. Where is Joseph saying this in the Quran? Why would he say that?
Record me. Can you record me, please? I didn't give you permission to record me. It's public. I don't care. I don't give you permission. Can you take it away? No, you don't need permission. No. I don't want to be recorded. Just don't record it. No.
I don't know what did they take these verses and said the verses.
He's going to show it.
You can walk away if you want.
No, I'm here to listen to this guy. Talk. I'm not here to talk, actually. I'm not here to talk. I want to listen to him. I don't want to talk to you right now. All I
was just trying to help you. Don't be misled.
You're making me shake now. Look, I'm shaking.
That's right. Relax.
Because I'm not here. It's my first time being here. I didn't realise it's going to be like this. I'm going to listen to him. All right, I'm trying to find.
Just learning, brother. Literally, like just learning.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to find it.
I am the God of the living.
But to a Muslim, we said there is no.
If you cannot find it, that's fine. Leave it. Go to another example. You found the difference between the truth values of Islam and Christianity.
So you're telling me you never read the story of Joseph in the Quran?
No. I have read, but I haven't come across the statement that you've made that he's suddenly bringing up a new religion, not the religion, the concept of God.
Alif, Lam, Ra.
Yeah.
These are the verses. Look at. We have revealed. Wait. We narrate. Joseph said to his father, "Oh, my father, I saw 11 planets and the sun and the moon I saw and bowing down to me." He said, "Oh my son, do not relate your vision to your brothers, lest they plot and scheme against you. Satan, man's sworn enemy. And thus your Lord will choose you, will teach you the interpretation of events, and will complete his blessing upon you and upon the family of Jacob. And he has completed it before Abraham and forefathers, Abraham, Isaac. The Lord is no wise." Joseph and his brothers are less than critique. When they said, Joseph... Let me find it.
He was here. Are you a dead man?
This is too much. I don't like this place. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Give him a chance to
dead man that is the power.
I'm going to find it.
That's fine. It's okay. Sometimes it's not difficult to find out if you haven't got your references ready with you.
Wait. This one find. Here we go. This is it. And thus you say, Lord, will choose you, teach you the interpretation of events, and will complete his blessings upon you. That's not it.
God is not his name. Allah is not his name. It's wrong. It's your name. Go all over the world. These are not his name.
And I follow the faith of forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's not for us to associate with any other God. This is the virtual grace upon... No, that's not it. And I have followed the faith of my forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not for us. It is not for us to associate anything with God. This is by virtue of grace upon us and upon the people. You do not worship besides Him.
Can you read verse 38 while you're finding it? Just go back and read 38. What is he saying?
I followed the father of my forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not for us to associate anything with God.
So he's
saying
followed.
basically. So we're saying
What
that
is he following?
that's got nothing to do with God.
Wait. Remember what you said about he's not following the concept of God. He's now saying, I have followed the religion of my father, Ibrahim and Isaac and Yaqub. Totally in contradiction to what you just said.
No, I read it in
The
another
opposite.
Quran.
Look.
A Muslim gave a Quran to me, and that's what it said in there.
What you just read.
So he gave me a different Quran
Look.
in English.
What you have just read now, in front of me, and here's the Arabic, right? وَاتَّبَعْتُ مِلَّةَ آبَائِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ. I have followed the millah of my father Ibrahim, Ishaq and Yaqub. So he's following the faith tradition.
Okay.
So basically, now you have found a verse opposite to what you claimed.
No, I said I read it in a Quran.
Sure. So now,
in the Quran I was given to me in English.
fine. So until you find it, now you have found a statement totally opposite to what you've claimed. That Ibrahim, Yusuf alayhi salam, Joseph, is saying, I have followed the ways, the religion, the faith tradition of my father Ibrahim, Isaac and Yaqub.
Okay.
Totally opposite to what you claim.
Yes, but I read it in. I'm not telling you that it's truth. I'm saying that I saw it in another Quran.
So maybe it's been a long time, you've misunderstood.
I read it recently. Because it actually said, I believe in Allah. So it said,
Allah is the God of Ibrahim, Isaac and Yaqub. Allah is the name of God.
Okay. Okay, let me find about
Semitic languages.
Okay, let me find about Jesus.
So what exactly in the concept of God do you find Christianity is appealing more than Islam? What appeals to you about the concept of God in Christianity in comparison to Islam? What appeals?
We believe that God came to earth. So he was with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden first. Alright? And because of Adam and Eve's sin, that sin cut us from God. But he was with man walking in the cool of the day. But because of that sin, that death, it was cut off spiritually from God. But from the Old Testament, it says that with Moses, God gave him a covenant. Israel gave him a covenant saying that by shedding the blood of the lambs, the animals, that you can get atonement for your sin through the sacrificing of animals, right? Then that sacrifice carried on throughout the Old Testament with temple. Then when Jesus came, he said that, you see this temple? It will be destroyed and not a stone will be on top of each other. Then he died, right? And John the Baptist called him the Lamb of God that took away the sins of the world. Before he died, that's what John the Baptist called it. And then he died, and then he rose from the dead on the third day. And through his death and resurrection, we can now be connected back to God. Okay? That's what I believe. And those sacrifices that were happening during the Old Testament, that had to happen every year on the Day of Atonement. Okay? But now there's no temple. But who is now the sacrifice for human mankind? It was Jesus Christ. Yeah? And by the way, Isa is not Arabic for Jesus, is it?
If somebody calls Jesus and real Jesus was here, he wouldn't even turn slightly because he's not Jesus either.
Yeshua. That's his Hebrew name, Yeshua. And in Arabic, it's Yeshua.
When you say Yeshua, it's a long story, but anyway, but people claim his name is Yeshua, Yehoshua, many other things. We can come to that.
But what does Yeshua mean? What is it? Or in Arabic,
how many people were known as Yeshua?
Okay, there was.
During the time of
Yes, there was.
Christ.
But what does his name mean?
No. The same meaning should apply to those people who have the same name, right?
All right, but what does Jesus call himself in Revelation?
Before
he said he's the King
I
of
address
Kings.
this.
He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He said before Abraham in the Bible, he says that Abraham saw him and he rejoiced of his coming. And then the religious people said, "You're not even 50 yet. How have you seen Muhammad? Mansur. Abraham. How have you seen Abraham?" And he said, "Listen, I tell you the truth. Before Abraham was born, I am. Or before Abraham was, I am." And they hated him for that because I am is the name given for God only.
I am, this is an English
before
word.
Abraham was.
What was the name of God given in Hebrew?
Jehovah. It's it's in Hebrew. It's God. You know in Hebrew.
Now I know some of the Hebrew letters.
Yeah.
But
so
how did the Jewish people pronounce this name?
It's like they couldn't pronounce it.
Are you saying God gives a personal name
But it says
to call upon me
it's
with
Yahweh.
that name.
The Hebrew is Yahweh.
Yahuwah. And it's not Yahweh.
Come listen over here.
Sorry,
Look.
listen. Jesus is the only way. The only
question I asked you. The question I asked you is,
it's the final thing.
why is it more appealing?
The final thing I'm going to say is that Jesus Christ is the only way. He died for your sins. Okay. He took the place of the sacrifice. Okay. He died on the cross for you because he loves you. Okay. Allah is not the way, Muhammad is not the way. Jesus Christ says, I am the way, the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him. Okay? So, Muhammad is not a prophet. He did no miracles. Jesus done miracles. He is a true prophet. He is the Son of God. And he is coming back. He is coming back again. Elijah done miracles. Yes, Elijah done miracles.
Okay, why don't you debate him?
Who is the God of Who's the God of Jesus?
I'm finished.
Who's the God of Jesus? Who did he worship? Who did Jesus worship? It's important for you to reflect on this.
There's three.
Who did Jesus worship?
He has a father. Yes, the Father. Okay.
So Jesus worshipped who?
No. He is God. There's God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
Yes, he divided himself. He divided.
No.
Who did
Listen,
Yeshua worship?
Listen, in Hebrew, it says God is Hyde, meaning it's like a grape. There's one set of grapes, isn't it?
Okay.
But there's different grapes in it, but it's one grape, one set of grapes.
One bunch.
One bunch of grapes.
So God is a bunch.
No, it's three in one. Okay.
No, I want to understand this grape and God's example.
It's disrespectful because he's coming to talk.
Oh, look, you can watch him later.
I don't want to watch him later.
You can watch him later. Yeah.
You let him
So what
I'm saying this here. Forget about that. Just know that Jesus Christ is the only sacrifice that can take away the sins of the earth.
Is he the only true God?
Yes.
What did he say about the only true God?
What did he say? What do you mean?
Have you not read his statement?
Okay, he said, why do you call me good?
No. His own very statement about who the only true God is. In John 17:3. No. Have you read John 17:3? Have you read it? Have you read?
Yes, I probably have.
Do you want to quickly check? Can you quickly check?
Could you keep your voice down, please? Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry. Could you just quickly check?
I gave you my opinion.
Sure. Just check John 17:3 and see what Jesus says about who the only true God is.
Okay. You believe John 17:3?
You do, I don't.
You don't. You don't believe it.
Do you believe in the Quran?
No.
But you quote it.
I don't quote the Quran.
But he does. So you must believe in it.
Do you believe in John 17? Do you believe it?
Let me tell you something.
Do you believe John 17:3?
If this gentleman over there quotes the Quran, does it mean he believes in it?
Do you believe in John 17:3?
I don't. You do.
You don't. So, but in John, where it says the Comforter is coming, you don't believe that either.
And this is eternal life.
Okay,
that they might know the only true God and Jesus Christ.
So who is the only true God according to Christ?
Listen.
No, read again.
It's the Father, yes. So
according...
Look. In John chapter 1.
Before you go to 1, go to 1. But before go to 1, John 17:3, read this text and read it in context, the whole Bible. If Jesus is saying, you, the Father, is the only true God, can he be the only true God? Can he be the only true God?
Listen.
Think about it. You're an intelligent person. Okay, that's why I want you to reflect.
Listen.
If Jesus' his own admission...
In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. And things were made by him. And without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life. And the life was the light of men. Okay? So does it say... So does this verse say who the only true God is? It doesn't. Okay, so when Jesus mentions in John 17:3, I'm sure you're going to remember this, right? John 17, that's chapter 17, verse 3. Yeah? Reflect on it. Thank you. Reflect on it. Back up of what? Can I shake hands?
97%. Shake
hands. Sorry.
Let him come down and speak to me. Let him come down and I'll speak to him. No, you can come down here. No, come. 97% what?
Your 97% claim that you have the manuscripts.
Oh,
97% in the first century AH. That's your words.
Ask him to come down.
In Islamic Awareness website.